Hi guys, and welcome back to Nail on Sunday podcast with me, Chris, and my beautiful smoking hot wife, who's called Rebecca. I almost forgot your name there.
Excellent.
Honey.
Good.
Could you imagine? We're almost celebrating 10 years of marriage, and I could have forgotten your name there.
Another milestone.
Another milestone. Hi guys, welcome back to Nail on Sunday podcast. We are talking about milestones in business this episode. But before we get into that, honey, with your smoking hot hair, what have you been up to this week?
Absolutely nothing since an hour ago when you asked me this question last.
But honey, they're going to see that in the future. Don't give up the magic.
Okay.
Basically, what we're doing is we're recording tons of podcasts because we are going to be doing events and stuff like that. So, what have you actually been up to this week, honey? Tell the people.
I don't know what have I done.
Tell them about that free sideboard you got.
I got a free sideboard, but we talked about that last time, so I can't talk about that again.
But that's in the future.
It's in the future. God, it is, isn't it? The free sideboard, but I'm not going to spoil the surprise. I'm not going to spoil the surprise about the sideboard.
Listen next week to hear all about a free sideboard. Wow, Jesus, holy smokes.
No, listen next week to hear about. Wow.
We've just recorded next week's podcast in advance because we're going to be at the big event.
Yeah, but we're also recording a podcast at the event, which, by the way, you and I need to sit and plan.
Oh damn! People are actually going to have to. Yeah, people are going to see that we are just fly by the seat of our pants.
We're going to have to plan it.
Holy smokes!
I know. I'm scared. There's just so many things that need to be done in the next 2 weeks.
Okay, so next week we're going to be at the show, the event, our big event. It's done in Birmingham. What's it all about? Tell the people home.
It's all about.
You can't come, so we're going to tell you about it.
It's all about nail techs. Fun. It's a day where nail techs can network, where they can shop, where they can learn things, and where they can party.
Party is probably the element.
And I'm just thinking to see with the weather out there, I think everybody's going to need to get one of these sweaters, by the way.
What sweaters? Oh, the
Yeah.
nail order sweaters.
I feel like everyone's going to have them.
Do you know what I ordered the other day?
Yes, the fleeces. That's what you've been doing this week.
Well, I'll tell you guys.
See, you can wear. You see, they can wear the fleeces, and other people who don't have fleeces can wear.
Right. So
Are they going to be here by then? Sorry, I can't even.
You interrupt me? Never. Never. Holy smokes. I have decided that this winter is going to be harsh and cold. I've not decided that. It's just true facts. But I've decided that I'm going to combat it by not putting the heating on for as long as possible in the warehouse. And instead, I bought every member of staff who work in the warehouse a fleece, a branded fleece. But while I was there, I've been looking for new T-shirts and stuff to wear because I normally wear my nail order T-shirt. And they're just old and tatty. So there was a pack where you could get a couple of sweatshirts and 5 T-shirts and a jacket for £99.
Is it just the logo? Like you didn't get Sam to help you with any design?
This is what I'm going to tell you, honey.
Oh, right, okay.
She's cut me off again, guys. Holy smokes. So on all of the T-shirts and the jumpers, I didn't get a jacket. I don't know why. Branded on the chest with just a stacked halo nail order. On 2 of the T-shirts, because I didn't want to do all 5 because it was expensive, £4 each. On 2 of the T-shirts and the jumpers, I have got the nail order praying hands on the back, and it's a black silhouette. So it's a white silhouette on the
Did you do all this
black
yourself?
T-shirts, and then on the sweatshirts, showing Rafi, and he's like, "Oh, people are going to want to buy them." I need to give Rafi one now because he's seen them. On the sweatshirts are grey sweatshirts, charcoal sweatshirts, and it's got the black silhouette, the praying hands. I think that's going to be standout merch for future, or it's just going to be for me.
I think it's just for you, honey.
Why do you patronise me?
It's just your design skills.
You're basically just patting me
your
in the head and
taste
saying I'm a good boy.
are just. I think they're appropriate for your age.
Holy smokes. If anyone has ever called me a Keith, that was it right
You
there.
call me a Karen, so you're a Keith.
Rude retaliation. How mature of you, Karen. Jesus Christ, woman.
It's just, obviously, we're like shopping for things for the house, and Chris points things out, and I feel bad because I'm always like, no.
All
But
the time.
granted, my taste tends to be better than yours, as in, admittedly.
Of course it is. Look who you're
No,
married to.
Okay.
You can't deny it. You're married to a genius. I get it.
So, yeah, Chris suggests things, and I feel bad because I'm like, no. So I'm going to have to say yes to some things that I don't like just because I feel bad.
The thing is, honey, I say them because your taste can be so far out there. I just pick something that is so far out there and just think, oh, she'll probably like that. For instance, the kitchen in the new place, right? We're moving.
That's AI's fault, not
We're
mine.
moving to a new place. Rebecca has asked AI to design the kitchen colour, and we're going to colour drench it.
Well,
in
no,
pink.
here's what happened. I was really struggling with the kitchen because the kitchen cabinets and stuff, it's just very uninspiring. It's very cold. It's very plain. And like, what colour could we possibly put
The
in here?
cabinets currently are.
There's the
two different
combination. They're
colours of
two different
grey.
colours. No, is some not white? Or is it a very light?
It's a light grey and a dark grey.
And then there's navy blue?
You always think there's navy blue in it. There's
It's
not.
just dark grey. It's just
It's
a blue.
dark-
It's
dark-
just a blue navy. A blue grey.
Yeah, and then it's the marble countertop.
Yeah. So and the walls are white. It's just very cold. I'm like, right, what can we do to add some personality? Got AI to help me. In terms of, I asked AI to put different colours on the walls. And nothing was working. And I was like, what the hell? And I thought, I'm just going to throw a colour out there. I was like, can you try this pink? Beautiful, isn't it?
Absolutely beautiful.
Absolutely stunning.
Now, when you think to yourself, oh, Chris and Becca are going to have a pink kitchen, that makes sense. In my head, it doesn't make any sense, but when you see it,
It's, if you're interested, it's Sulking Room Pink by Farrow & Ball.
the picture that you sent me when I woke up the next morning and I was like, oh, the question was, do you like this? And I replied, I flip and love it. So I'll throw that up on the screen just now. So if you're watching on YouTube, you'll be able to see it. If you
I
listen
put
in audio
our light
format,
fitting in there as well
yeah,
because it has a really gross light thing right now.
yeah.
But anyway, yes, Sulking Room Pink by Farrow & Ball. We've not seen it in real life, but I've looked at it on lots of pieces of content and TikTok, and I asked AI to put that colour on the wall, and it looked
Recently,
cute.
we've been watching the Luxury Home Show on YouTube, whatever it is. Anyway, they just show you these big mansions and stuff like that. And quite a lot of people have that pink
It's a
colour.
very popular colour.
Yeah.
Very beautiful. Apparently, different times of day it looks different. Anyway, I think for that room, it'll be nice.
I do think, I was saying this to you yesterday, I do think we really need a plan for every room before we go, before we go to the house, before we move in, is what I mean. You know, so that we know what we're doing.
Well, we can only do that if we get access beforehand.
Because we need to take pictures of every room, is that? We cannot just get AI to
No.
kind of design everything for us.
Well, we have pictures of the rooms. It's just, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like we need to look at it and go, right, okay, the rooms right now it's really annoying. The house is, I don't know if we've even said this. I think we probably have. Yeah, the house is really disgusting colour right now, and it's literally only just been painted. Nobody lives there. It was like renovated. But the colours that they picked were flipping hideous. Anywho, so
Rebecca says, I have no taste. This Keith who...
Oh my God.
Keith who's renovated it.
It's bad.
Cheese.
I'm
and
just like, I said to
toast.
Chris, because we got the name of the guy or the company that has painted it, because it's just going to be easier just to get them to redo it because they know the job. So I've contacted them. And I said to Chris, why do these people not, the painting company not just say like, are you sure you want to go with these colours? Maybe they did.
Maybe
They did.
Maybe the guy cannot wait to come out and actually fix it.
Maybe the painter has not got good taste.
Yeah. I mean, he's going to come out and be like, yeah, we want this kitchen pink. And he's going to be like, whoa. no,
Like,
you
there
can't
is
do that.
absolutely no offence meant in this statement, but it is true. You can absolutely tell when a man has designed something. We went to view a house.
I was just about to say, right, so let me preface this a little bit, right? So this luxury home show thing that we've been watching is most of the time the people who
own the house,
own
was
the house
showing the house.
are interior designers.
And
they're
they're
women.
They're women.
And you can just tell that it is just a beautiful house.
Everything is thought of very, very... There's just such a difference, and we'll be able to
There's
explain
a
it in a
difference
minute.
between curation and
Throwing a whole heap of shit and hoping that it looks good.
we went to see a house.
We did. So we went to see this house, and it was the guy showed us around. It was him and his wife and his kids that lived there. One kid? I don't know. Anyway, and he was the interior designer.
Yeah.
And he showed us around. And it was just overwhelming. Like, there was one room that I can particularly think of. There was so much stuff in it.
Whiskey bottles? Was this the kind of drawing room that led onto the dining room?
There was just heaps of furniture. There was heaps of items. It was just stuff.
Items?
Just so many items. It was overwhelming.
Rebecca and I went antique shopping yesterday, and you know how when you walk into like an antique stuff and there's just stuff everywhere? That's what this guy's house was like.
But it wasn't. It was honestly wild. And I was like, there were a couple of elements that I was like, oh, that's cool. Like that wallpaper was cool with that paint color pairing, really, really nice. Like cool design feature. But then it was just like so much stuff. And that is the difference between a man and a woman when it comes to design. More often than not, and this is very generalizing, I get that. A male interior designer, from what we've seen and watched on the show as well, like there was another one, the house, and I was like, that is a man that's designed that. You can just tell. They just seem to throw a whole lot of stuff at it, whereas with women, everything is more, and do you know what it is? It's to do with, it's that conniving part of the brain that a woman has. It's the same thing that you're using, where you're thinking about everything or you're being conniving, right? Women can be conniving.
Oh, 100%.
Right? It can be.
100%.
We can be. It's the same part of the brain.
You have that element where you think about everything. Like sometimes we'll maybe leave have a conversation with a group of people and we'll leave and Rebecca will be like, oh, she meant this? And I was like, well, wait, what?
Yeah, so it's the same part of that brain, the brain that is deducing conniving situations or overthinking. But it's the same thing that you think about when you're thinking about all those little design elements, and you're thinking about every detail and how they come together. And that it needs to suggest something, but only subtly, you know?
And on that note, guys, let's move on. So today's topic...
You might have to take all of that out.
Hopefully, because I didn't understand nothing. I should have said this in the intro. Today we're going to be talking about milestones. Oh, no, I did actually introduce the pod.
Did you?
I did. I introduced the pod properly. I did.
Oh, yeah, I think
we're
you
going to
did.
be doing
Milestones
milestones in business. And there's lots of things that have sparked it the last couple of weeks, but one of the things is right now, we are mid-September. This is episode 51, and next week's going to be episode 52 of the Nail on Sunday podcast, which is going to be a milestone, which we've actually already recorded.
So that's amazing. So the first episode of the second year is going to be the one that is recorded at the event.
Correct.
That's cool.
That's a milestone. It's going to be our first live pod.
Another milestone.
Wow.
But it's not only us celebrating milestones. There are lots of other brands who have celebrated milestones this year as well. Especially, I was just thinking about this before we came on, because it was COVID, so many brands started up in 2020.
100%.
So it was not only us.
Yeah. Do you want to do other brands first and then come back to us? Yeah, we're going to be talking about other brands in this.
We are.
Yeah.
So brands, I think Lucy also started in, did Lucy
2020?
start? Did she? Or she was 2021 actually?
Yeah, I think she's 21.
She was maybe 2021.
Yeah.
I
I think, if I remember, Lucy, Hona, Dali, lots of these people were all kind of
2020, 2021.
Yeah, around about that time.
around.
Like I know we were early 2020 because as soon as the salon shut, we were bored.
Well, we were technically mid 2020, but obviously a very different business to what you see now.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, like Chris just said, a lot of different brands. We all sort of came up around the same time.
Yeah.
And our brands have all sort of really developed differently since then.
But before that, we want to talk about something else.
Yeah,
Rebecca
so
was
we've got
just reading Scratch magazine.
I
the
was.
other
I've got my legs up. Sorry, guys. I've got really sore back, and this is helping a little bit.
day. That's sciatica, you know, that old,
Our old lady
sciatica.
thing. So a couple of brands that really stick out, and this isn't us promoting the brands. This isn't saying, oh, these are great brands, these are not great brands, anything like that. But I just think it's important to look at brands that are well known in the industry, and
These guys
all brands, no matter what, who have a good name in the industry, have contributed something to the industry. So it's important to have a look at that. So I'm just looking at this. So yeah, Gel Bottle, let's talk about them quickly. They celebrate 10 years of business. And Chris and I were talking about this, and we used...
On the way in here, I was surprised
that it's
that
only 10 years.
10 years.
I know, absolutely crazy, because we used Gel Bottle in our salon way back when. We used several brands of gel, but Gel Bottle was one of them. And it's very funny because reading in Scratch magazine, there is a spotlight on Daisy, who is the founder and owner of Gel Bottle, and asking all sorts of questions about it. And the exact reason that she started Gel Bottle is the exact reason that we started using it, because we were talking about why we started using it. And the reason was very much that, so we were using a mixture of brands, C&D Shellac, Gelish, Gelux, just a little bit Gelux was sprinkled in there. I think they were just like coming out, and they were a salon system. So like these salon
services.
I don't think they exist anymore. I don't know. Anywho, we didn't love the color range. We were finding it quite. We felt the colors were not exactly, as Daisy says here, fashion forward. You know, there wasn't a huge choice. They were a little bit old fashioned. We were looking for something a bit different. For us, it was the non-stick top coat or no wipe top coat that attracted us first, because we'd never seen a top coat that didn't have a sticky finish, a gel top coat. But then it was the colours, for sure.
The colour range was quite big to begin with.
It was. I don't know.
Expanded quite fast.
Yeah. So yeah, I know they've brought out I can't remember what the colour's called now. I think it's a nail polish though. It's like a metallic chrome nail polish to celebrate it. In fact, I think it's called Decade. I think it is.
That'd be good there.
But yeah, milestone in business, 10 years. And Chris and I were trying to like compare it to ours. We're like, well, nail order's 5, but like, yeah, but nail order in gels is only coming up for 2. So very, very different. We'll obviously talk a little bit about ours, and we have done before. But I think Gel Bottle I think their rise to success was so fast because of the exact moment that they entered the market.
It was almost like perfection.
Yes.
If you could have wished for a time to come into the market, I think that was bang on.
As a brand that's trying to be fashion forward and keep up with trends, even if you look at it in terms of social media, the boom of social media then as well, it couldn't have been more perfect. So they're coming in as a brand where, the idea of gel polish was still pretty new. You're still talking, I don't know when shellac came out. I want to say 2011, 2012.
I think it was actually 2010. I think shellac came out.
Can you quickly Google that?
May 2010.
2010. Okay, so C&D launched shellac gel polish in 2010. So really the idea of gel polish was still in its relative infancy. We're saying 5 years, and a lot can happen in 5 years. But back then things happened a lot slower because social media and media in general just wasn't what it is today. And I think it was so much more traditional back then. It wasn't fashion forward. It wasn't fashion focused. So with a brand coming in with a completely new idea like Gel Bottle did, to be fashion forward, to have a vast range of colours, and pairing that with the marketing and the social media that they did, no brand's ever going to have that opportunity again. It was an absolute golden, unique, one-off opportunity, and no brand will ever have that opportunity again, where those two things combine, where there's a massive gap in the market for that fashion forward need, that on trend, keeping up with the trend, and a massive range. Because shellac, their range wasn't huge by any stretch of the imagination. You're not talking hundreds and hundreds of colours. When they first launched, I think it was 8 colours. We had them. There was the little starter kit that you got in the wee shelf.
Yeah.
So they didn't have hundreds and hundreds of colours. They didn't have lots of like neons, things that would really be attractive to a younger clientele. Certainly not back then. So that combined with the boom of social media. When would like Instagram?
Well, Instagram, Facebook bought Instagram. I think it was 2012.
But it didn't really start being used. Probably 2015, 2016.
Was when it changed everything. It became the portfolio for influencers, for fashion, for beauty, for hair, for everything. You know, it became that way that it was easily accessible, and that's when you had a big boom of influencers. And I think that combined with everything that was going on was just the right thing.
And I think no matter what you think about Gel Bottle as a brand, whether you've used it before, whether you use it now, whether you like it, whether you don't like it, whatever you think about it or them as a business, I think ultimately a lot of nail techs really have them probably to thank for their business, because I don't think a lot of people would have been nail techs if it wasn't for them, if it wasn't for them as a brand bringing the nail industry into the 21st century, making it really an on-trend thing by using celebrity and really, really good marketing. Using the influencer, the celebrity influencer type marketing. I don't think a lot of people would have been nail techs.
I listen to a lot of podcasts about business and stuff like that, and one of the things they always say is never be first. Never be first. Now, if you think about some of
you and I always say this. We've said this for years.
Some of the biggest companies in the world, they're huge, but they weren't first.
Mm-hmm.
One of the ones I always think about was Red Bull. Now everyone's thinking, but Red Bull was the first energy drink. It wasn't. One of the guys who owns Red Bull, I won't go into the big story about it, it was a Japanese company that used to sell it in Japan, and he was there on business, and somebody gave him a Red Bull to perk him up because he'd done an overnight flight. So he just rebranded it as Red Bull, and that's how it got started.
Same with Facebook and stuff. You had Bebo and MySpace, all sorts of different 100%. Things. Never be first, because you look at what another idea and you think, how can I make that better?
And that's what it is. Gel Bottle were looking at C&D and everyone else who went before them and thought to themselves, it's a great concept.
Great products, great concept. Yeah. How can we get this to masses?
Yeah.
And that's what they did.
Oh, 100%.
And because they did that, well, why I'm saying a lot of people wouldn't be nail techs is because, well, 2 reasons. Number one, like I said, it wouldn't have become so mainstream, so fashion forward. But also the demand wasn't as much for nails. Now, Gel Bottle did something very, very unique, and they still do that to this day, which 100%. Most of us don't do.
We talk about this all the time.
Which is they market to the end consumer.
And everyone's like, wait, what?
Mm-hmm. They market to the end consumer by people would come into the salon and they would say, oh, can I get, just an example, one really popular one, Teddy.
Yeah.
Because they've seen Kim Kardashian wearing it.
Yeah.
Or how many times do people come to you to ask for something done because they've seen Hailey Bieber wearing it? Mm-hmm. Before, it just wasn't a thing. It wasn't a thing that you knew what celebrities had on their nails. Now you can literally see like Shawn Legend going and doing, the Kardashian nails and seeing what he's using and things like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's also accessible. You see the process of everything, and it's also mainstream. And yes, somebody probably would have done it, but gel bottle were the
pioneers.
They were.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people do have their nail careers probably to indirectly, absolutely, to thank them for. It was the right place at the right time with the right idea.
We do a nail order.
Probably. In fact, yes. You can't take it away.
Yeah,
you can't take 100%. It away.
Thanks, Daisy.
Yeah. So, yeah, again, no matter what you think about the brand, about the products, anything like that, the nail industry would not be what it is today without them.
Let's just touch on that direct to end consumer, right? So, for instance, here at Nail Order, we're a professional only brand. We sell our products to professionals only. So we market to professionals only. Gel Bottle didn't really care about that. Not that they wouldn't sell stuff to professionals. Their marketing.
Their marketing, yeah.
They were just caring about getting into the...
So they were putting it on the end consumer, so the end consumer would go into the salon and say, have you got this colour? I need it.
It was reverse marketing done really, really well.
Really
it was
well.
very, very clever. You know? And we still, I'll be honest with you guys, we have clients come into, nail techs come into our trade store, like, what colour have you got? Like Teddy. And you're like,
or like Dolly, or like this, or like that.
Like,
so you're constantly,
comparing yourself.
They are the
benchmark.
They are the benchmark in terms of colour because their variety was huge and they were there first.
They are still the biggest gel company in the UK.
They have the market share by a long, long stretch.
I will say that has shrunk over the last couple of years because there's more and more gel brands.
There's more options. Yeah. Again, you've got to remember that they had the market share for a long time because there wasn't as many brands. Now there is so many, and there's loads of independent brands. Again, things become more accessible. People get more information, more education on things, and they realise they can do things themselves.
But 10 years, man, that is both. It's just two things. Number one, it's great that 10 years for them has been so successful. I can't believe that I still can't believe it's only 10 years.
I know, it feels like so long. But when you say 2015, it's just that for us in the last 10 years, so much has happened.
Probably, yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
So another well-known brand in the industry that has celebrated a milestone this year is Magpie. They also celebrated 10 years.
Magpie?
Yeah, so Magpie.
Again, that's another one. When you said Magpie, I thought...
Oh, they've got to be a lot older than that. But again... But if you put two and two together, because we also used Magpie in our sound. Now, Magpie are more like us in the sense that they did not start as a gel brand. Gel Bottle started as a gel brand. Magpie did not. Magpie started as a glitter company. And we used their glitters in our salon.
I remember having to sweep
We loved them.
I remember having to sweep up at Christmas time.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
We loved them. We loved those little tubes. We loved the variety. We loved it. So they also started in 2015. And from my research, I think it was 2017, they launched their gels.
Okay.
Initially, their gel system or their first gels. So very much like us, they had a couple of years that there was no gels and then they introduced gels.
Okay.
Obviously very well known, very well respected brands in the UK.
Do they have a big international footprint? Not so much.
I know they have Magpie USA.
Oh, okay. Right,
but
okay.
I don't know the amount of which is used. Where Gel Bottle, I would say, is probably the best known brand in the world.
Yes.
Magpie, I don't know their market share in other countries, but I know that they do have like Magpie USA and things like that.
Who owns Magpie? Do you know?
A lady called Sarah.
Have you met Sarah?
I've not, no.
Okay.
But Magpie are predominantly UK supplied, I believe.
So they do nail art supplies, gel polishes. Do they do builders stuff as well?
They do everything, yeah.
Right, okay.
Everything. So 10 years for them as well.
Anybody else who's...
So milestones in business don't need to be in terms of time. You can also have big events that really change your business. So at the moment, one that springs to mind, we've got Navy Pro tools. They have gone into Space NK. That's a big deal for them.
What is it? Because
I don't really know. I've never been into one, but I think it's like a Sephora type thing. I think it's like a UK Sephora.
And Navy only do tools, right?
And hand care.
So what is it that's going in there? Is it hand care?
I think it might be both. Have a wee look. Oh, here we go. Actually, I've come across the page in Scratch. So it says Navy Pro has launched in 6 Space NK stores: Manchester, Trafford Centre, Kingston, Canary Wharf, Meadowhall, blah, 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 blah. Each stocks a curated edit of 16 products from the hand and cuticle serum pen to cuticle tools. Okay, so they do sell everything. Or a range of the stuff, I see.
It's quite annoying that we didn't think to get into departments like
What are we
that.
going to sell?
Cute clothes. I know. I'd rather just save it for pros.
So yeah, I mean, for them, that's going to be a really big milestone in their business. It's going to take their business maybe in a different direction. Maybe launch their business into the
stratosphere.
Yeah, or
space.
Put it into more people's minds.
We have a distribution through Ellison's.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say that was a good milestone?
I mean, for us, I would say at the time it felt like something that was really like exciting and a big milestone going into a wholesaler. I think the thing is, certainly I'm sure will put us into some people's heads that it wouldn't have before. But I think the thing is with wholesalers is they sell so many different brands, so it's really hard for them to like feature brands. Do you know what I mean?
It's kind of watered down.
Oh, in fact, Katie Barnes, they've just launched in Ellison's as well. Oh. So that'll be a big milestone for them, and I saw them doing some content on that.
Nice.
Yeah. So
and obviously Lucy was in just 2 weeks before us.
Lucy and us, we didn't even tell each other. I know, it's so weird.
So Rebecca and Lucy talk all the time. Especially back then, you guys were talking almost every day. I know
all day,
both of you guys are just like super busy just now, so you probably don't speak as much. But it's funny that we were in talks with Ellison's, and so was Lucy Pastorelli.
But we never said anything to each other because we were like, until it's all done, like we're not going to say anything.
And then I think Lucy like messaged you or something like, just to let you know in a couple of weeks we're going to...
No, I think it was me that said something.
Something like that.
I can't remember who it was now.
Yeah.
But we were like, are you joking?
And it was literally within a couple of weeks.
Yeah, we were the like launches one after each other.
Which was wild.
Really, really crazy. So yeah, that was cool. So that would be a big milestone for them. Lucy, I think, is in Chris and Sons as well now. But yeah, it's really important. All of this is to say that it's really important to celebrate milestones in your business, because you need things to keep you motivated, to keep things fresh and exciting. But also, I think as a nail tech, if you celebrating milestones can actually
elevate your business,
revive and elevate your business a little bit.
Yeah. So one thing I just want to get on to is here at Nail Order, Rebecca and I are very target driven because we come from a sales background. So that can be KPIs, it can be numbers, it can be the turnover of the business, it could be how many sugar fairy pens we're selling. And we're trying to get the staff involved as much as possible by giving a lot of them targets as well. You know, for instance, Laura is very target driven because, we kind of make her target driven. And that's really good for us to retain that within our business, to try and push and hit those milestones, you know? I think as a nail tech, either a solopreneur or as part of a salon, that's a lot harder, you know? You might have targets to meet every week because that's what you need to pay for your rent, you need to pay for your childcare, you need to pay for your groceries and stuff like that. But I think one major thing is just celebrating the wins. You know, does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure. So like your first year in business, definitely something worth celebrating. The majority of businesses fail within the first year. So absolutely, you should celebrate it. You can celebrate it by doing a little event at your salon space, depending on how big it is, but also doing offers as well. Yes. And a competition, because doing that competition is likely going to spread the word about you even more. So it should help your future business.
Just let's touch on that first year thing. You know, you were saying a lot of businesses fail in the first year. I think there's a statistic, I think it's like something like 92% of businesses fail within the first 5 years.
It's a really random number that you've picked out of the stats.
I know, but I remember posting it on a social media post once. I think it's 92% of businesses fail within the first 5 years, you know. Within the first year, that's when a lot of problems can happen. So being able to get to the end of that year and celebrate it, that's a big thing. Mm-hmm. And I think as a nail tech, a lot of people will look at you, and if they've never seen you before and you're doing a competition, a lot of people think, oh, she's got a year under her belt. She's, you know, they've had a good run at it. You know, maybe I'll book in with them, you know. Whereas when you first start, it's maybe a different story.
I think another milestone, one that I've just seen, nail tech, is it India? Is that her name? India? She's just taken on her first employees.
Oh, yes.
The first time you take on employees. Now I'm gonna implore you not to do it. But that is something very exciting, because it changes your business, you know, it very much does.
One thing we've been speaking about recently is the pricing calculator, that you can figure out how much money you are making or want to make on the pricing calculator on the Nail Order app. But one thing you can put into that is the other factors of maybe taking on an employee to see how much they need to bring in to be able to make it viable, to make it worthwhile and stuff like that, you know. I will counteract it and say that I think if you want to really elevate and grow your business, I do think you have to expand, and that could be taking on employees. But with employees come problems.
They really, really do. So, and very often, I was just having a discussion with a nail tech who is a salon owner, and she was saying something that resonates so true in my heart, which is that you'll bend over backwards for your staff. Absolutely bend over backwards. You know, they need something covered or whatever it is, you'll bend over backwards for them to help them. But they won't do the same for you because it's not their business and
they don't care.
They don't care. That's for the most part. I am generalizing. You will occasionally find the old employee who will be absolutely fantastic and who will do everything they can to help you. But for the most part, it's not the norm.
They're not getting paid to care. They're getting paid to come to work and do a service.
So very often you will be absolutely breaking your back working to ensure that you've got their wages paid. That unfortunately is the reality.
But I do think celebrating milestones, and actually 2 members of staff over the last couple of weeks have come up for milestones with them, customer service agents.
Working for a year for the business?
Anna and Karina.
Mm-hmm.
I think Anna was last week and Karina's this week, and that's a year for the business. And I remember Karina saying, and I know Karina listens to the podcast, thanks very much for subscribing, Karina. She said this is the best place that she's ever worked for a year. You know? As in, it's tolerable to get tolerable to get to the end of a year.
We do hear that very often though. We do hear this is the best place that anyone's ever worked. Like I think a lot of our, if you look at, I can think of 3 people who don't need to work for us.
Who? I'll beep it out.
Katie Sweeten, Karina and Anna. Like
because they have extracurricular.
They have their own businesses.
Yeah.
Right. And also in terms of the locale, especially, in fact, all 3 of them, not good for them. It's a long commute, right? But they come here because they actually really enjoy it. They really like working here. Yeah,
I would say that they came because they were looking to bolster up their wages, and then all of a sudden it's actually quite a fun place to work.
Yeah.
The thing is, you guys probably see it on social media and probably think to yourself, God, that looks a great fun place to work.
It actually really is.
It actually is the exact same.
Sometimes it's stressful. Sometimes it's not fun. But that's the same with anything. But for the most part...
If it wasn't stressful, it wouldn't be worthwhile.
No, it's true. I love working here. That's it.
And you love making me work here.
I do, yes.
7 days a week, honey. But I love working with you. It's
fun, isn't it?
It's a good team. Yeah. Oh, 100%. I think we're in a really good position as people that we've got a lot older, a lot more chilled out, a lot more relaxed.
Oh, yeah.
We let the staff away with God.
Also just trying to be so much better managers. Like I am trying my very, very best. And part of that is like coming to terms with the ADHD situation and realizing I need to put things in place to be a better manager, to develop healthier relationships with staff, and to develop a healthier atmospheres at work as well. I'm trying.
The thing is, for me, I just let so much go.
Yes, you do.
Before I used to be so irate at the smallest of things, and now I just think, what's the point? I've told that member of staff 8 times not to do that. I'm still doing it. Why am I wasting my time?
I mean, I'm not entirely sure that just giving up is the best thing, but
yeah, just give it up. Nah, it's just sometimes it's like don't sweat the small stuff.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely, for sure.
You know,
what would you say is? Oh, there's another mention of nail order here. It's just spot my. Every time I put my eye down at this episode of Scratch, I see something nail order.
Edition.
Nail order brand is to host its 2nd Sunday service event in Birmingham.
There's a big milestone right there.
Yeah. What do you think are big milestones for nail order? I think I'm asking you, and then I want to answer it. You go from the beginning. Are milestones?
Milestones. I would say the first iteration of it's going to be long-winded. So do you want to just get yours out of the way because I can see busting over there?
No.
Go.
No.
Right. Okay. When we first launched our cuticle oils, they were scabby, and then when
they were not scabby.
Honey, when we launched the black cuticle pens,
but they were not scabby.
Okay. Right. Okay. In my head, they were just not great. When we launched the black cuticle pens and that black stand, oh baby, that was sweet as hell.
But you think that's a milestone?
It was a milestone for us.
Okay.
Then extensions, obviously.
Yes, for sure. Like for me, August 2021.
Extensions.
Boom.
The year after that, we did X Base, which was our first kind of step into gels.
September 2022.
2022.
October 2023.
October 2023, we launched our gel polish. And then it's just been milestone like every month after that.
Easter 2024.
Oh, holy, for goodness sakes. I was going to swear there. That month was incredible in terms of turnover, but the volume of sales that were going out because of everything that was going on in the industry completely changed our business.
Also January 2024 for
The event.
The event really
Elevated. In a weird way.
I'm like, are we going to feel like, because this is our second event, we know what to expect, are we going to feel like disappointed like afterwards? Or is it going to be even more because there's so many more people coming?
Well, I think more because more people know us. I think because we've done the podcast for a year, some of you guys might be coming to the event.
The 23 of you that watch this podcast every week, thank you so much, and please come and say hi.
We have a hell of a lot more viewers than that. But yeah, so these people probably know us quite well. In terms, they could probably tell us like the name of our dogs and that we're moving house and stuff like that. I think that's going to be weird because that didn't happen the last time.
I think other things, it's not just necessarily like directly our business, but like being invited onto Shan's podcast for the first time.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And, well, honey, you're a season pro. You've been back like 5 times after that.
Yeah.
But yes, being invited onto Shan's podcast.
The first time you had like over 300 people on a live.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
There's so many things in business that you can celebrate as milestones. And I do think it's important to take those moments and really feel proud of yourself, no matter what it is. It very much depends, like Chris was talking about targets earlier, it depends what your target is. Like, are you trying to, I don't know, get to 1,000 followers on TikTok so that you can be part of the creator program? Are you trying to fill up your diary? Are you trying to hire a new an employee? Like, what is it? But every time you do it, celebrate it. But not only that, move on. So we've got a bit of a joke at Nail Order about moving goalposts. Moving targets
100%.
or fake targets, right? So we have all the departments are held accountable in different ways, and some of those ways are targets.
Yeah.
You know, it's a very good way to hold people accountable and to make sure that we're always striving for the next thing. So Chris and I are never. We want to get to our target. If we don't get to the target, we will be absolutely fuming. But as soon as we've got to that target, we're not stopping. We're not like, right, excellent, let's put our feet up for the rest of the month. No. The moment. In fact, not even the moment that target is hit. When it's a few days before and we realise, we're going to hit that target.
There's a thing called extrapolation. I've explained this to Laura. It's one of Laura's words of the week, so I'm going to explain it to you guys. It's a big sales thing, right? And you're thinking, I'm a nail tech.
Most of them probably know what extrapolation is.
But if you don't. So imagine that you are 5 days into the month and you've done £100 worth of treatments.
Every day. Just for easy maths.
For easy math, yeah. So you've done £500. And
imagine you are working every single day. You're working a 30-day month.
Yeah. You can extrapolate that to say that you're going to do, by the end of the month, £3,000.
Correct.
That's just
because that's £100 every day for 30 days.
So say you're 5 days into the month, you've made £500, you split it into those 5 days, it works at an average of £100, you extrapolate it up to that. So we can use that extrapolation to say we're going to get to that target by the end of the month or the end of the year or whatever, you know? And when we know we're going to hit it, instantly, goalposts shift.
Yeah, not the moment it's hit, actually. It's just well prior. We're like, yeah, we're going to hit that. Okay, let's move it.
Yeah. So, for instance, we're always honest with you guys. We know we're going to hit the fake target that Rebecca and I set out at the start of the year for this year. We've already moved it.
Yeah, it's moved.
We moved it.
We've not hit that. We're a quarter of the way away from it.
We moved those targets back in June, though. Then that just goes to show that I could see it, you know, traveling. And I said to Laura, I was like because her target is part of that. And I'm like, I'm going to give you something better if you hit your target, but this is the new target.
Yeah.
And instantly she's like, oh God,
Saphira for TikTok.
Saphira for TikTok as well. She was taking on March.
End of March.
And she was given a target for the end of the year. Now, I've said that that was, what's the word for it? Pro rata.
Mm-hmm.
So basically the first 3 months didn't count.
Yeah.
Now those first 3 months when she wasn't actually here count towards the target. So she's got to hit that target by the end of the year. And she's like, not long with us. And she's like, wait, what? That's not the way life works. And I'm like, oh, that's the way Nail Order works.
So all of that is to say, never stop setting targets to be able to always have those milestones. Because if you stop setting the targets, if you get to a target and you get comfortable, you're never going to elevate your business.
Yeah. If you're a nail tech and you think to yourself using the Nail Order pricing calculator on the Nail Order app, that you need to do £2,500 per month.
I had a customer message, I think it was on the group, and it was that the pricing calculator is telling her that she's overcharging. Now, if the pricing calculator ever tells you that you are overcharging, let me give you an example. Say you're charging £45 and the pricing calculator is saying you only need to charge 40. Excellent. Perfect. Fantastic. It's not that you're overcharging, it's just that your prices are actually, they're where they should be. If the pricing calculator is telling you that you're overcharging and you're charging £20 for a set of nails, and that you should only be charging a tenner. It's because you have entered your target's wrong. Way wrong.
There's an element of
there is it wrong.
Like that.
So this particular nail tech, and I think so often people, there's such a difference between, oh, I'm happy to make that, I'm happy to do that, and what you actually deserve and should be earning just as a human being.
Yeah.
So this particular nail tech said, I put in my target for the year was to make £7,000 doing 24 hours a week.
Wait, what?
I did the maths. It was £5 something an hour.
Nah.
No.
But why does she want to only make 7,000?
I don't know. It's not. I don't know.
It's not even a nice round number.
I think she was combining it with her other job.
Oh, for tax.
So purposes. I don't know if there's some level of confusion with the 24 hours. Like I don't know. Maybe the 24 hours is part of her other job. I don't know what it was, but that was the information that she was inputting. But you're worth more than that. Whoever you are listening, you're worth a lot more than that.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not minimum wage.
It's not. You're not here to work minimum wage.
And you're here to work more than minimum wage at least.
Yeah, and take into consideration the fact that all the extracurricular work that goes along with being a nail tech, social media, admin.
If you're self-employed, yes, for sure. Yeah. You're not just turning up at a job, doing the job and walking home.
Yeah. And just in terms of milestones, let's talk about order 90,000 this week, honey.
Ah, there you go. Another one. So about 2-3 months ago, Christopher Precy and I were packing orders one day, and he said, order 80,000, whatever it was. Do you think we'll get to 100,000 soon? And I was like, I know how many orders we do a week on average. We should do it before the end of the
year. And I actually worked it out, and it should have technically been the last week of the year.
For the 10,000?
10,000. Now that life has moved on, that will definitely happen at Black Friday weekend. For sure. For sure. So, mark my words, guys. Yeah, I know. Mark my words. During Black Friday weekend, we're going to celebrate a milestone. It's going to be 100,000 orders in the order.
That's big. I can remember actually Lashbase celebrated.
That's what I was going to
Was it 500,000 that they did? They've been in business for a very, very long time. 15 years, something like that. It's a long time. I think it was their mum that started it.
2009. By Julie, a lash artist, mum of 3.
How long was it? 16 years ago?
Yeah, so I remember seeing a social media post of...
This year?
No. It was a while ago. It was after the Black Friday sale, and there was just all these bags, tons and tons of bags. And I think they had celebrated... It was like the biggest sale they'd ever had.
Was it Lashbase that? Was it all in their... Is it in their warehouse, a corridor?
Something like that.
I don't know if it was Lashbase though.
Was it? I thought it was.
I don't know. It was definitely somebody pink. But either way... no, I don't think it was Lashbase. But anyway, they did celebrate 500,000 orders. I think it was this year.
So that's total. They've done 500,000 orders.
500,000 orders.
500,000 orders.
What's that? 16 years they've been in business, something like that. They're probably the best known lash business in the UK.
Within 16 years, we'll definitely smash 500,000.
I hope so.
We will, 100%. Just do math.
Just do math.
Just do math.
If we're still here in that period of time. I sure hope so.
Rebecca's retired.
No, absolutely not. By year 16, I will only be 48.
Oh, wow. Wow, I will be happily retired.
You will be 55.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, big milestone. So I'm thinking we could do something super exciting. Oh my God, imagine if it happens Black Friday.
What, the 100,000?
Yeah.
It will happen, 100%.
Oh, that's exciting.
It is exciting. So yeah.
And it's especially, absolutely not, especially exciting, because I tried to say especially exciting for us, because we are professional only.
Yeah.
We aren't selling like small item, like nail art, like smaller items, do you know what I mean, that are available to everybody.
For instance, the smallest thing you can buy from us, if you really wanted to, would be a 1 cuticle oil pen during the pick and mix thing, but you get it at full price and blah, blah, blah. Most people don't.
No.
Most people are buying multiples, minimum a 6-pack of cuticle oil pens, etc.
So there's not lots of small orders, because we don't generally sell small items.
No.
So for us, there is going to be, say, less orders than a brand, for instance, that sells huge amounts of
small items.
Nail art items, or I don't know, something small that anybody can buy that's unlocked to the world.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is.
And so right now at Nail Order we go through what we call numbers at the end of every month or the start of the following month. And I was just saying to the guys, like last August compared to this August, our average transaction has jumped up by like, I think it was £11. No, sorry, £9. And that is a big difference. You know, that £9 doesn't sound like a lot, but it took us over a benchmark. And when that's just a celebration, you know, it's just getting over that benchmark. But then I always think to myself, how can we get that up to like another like 20 quid, you know? Because all of a sudden that transforms your business.
But we're also wanting to encourage nail technicians to not pay for delivery.
Yeah.
To increase their order value so that it makes so much more financial sense for them, and also environmental sense in terms of less deliveries.
100%. And I would rather you guys, and I was actually going to talk about this on a TikTok actually. A lot of people are really catching on to the idea that we've been promoting out there for such a long time. Don't just order one top coat. Order multiples.
God, I know. It really, really... See,
but it's changing, honey.
See, the thing is, right? We will occasionally get a message about a delayed order.
Mm-hmm.
Did the girls cover this recently on that?
Yeah.
I've not heard it, but you'll have heard it because you edited it. In fact, I've just got an idea for a podcast.
There you go. But one thing I will just say is I have been back in the warehouse recently, picking and packing, doing a lot of training with the staff. And because we have a new scanning system, it is so much easier for me to pick and pack. So I've been actually enjoying doing it. And see, people are getting switched on. They're not just ordering one top coat, they're ordering 5.
Love that.
They're not just ordering a 500ml bottle of acetone, they're ordering 5 litres acetone.
Well, you should, because you're going to use acetone.
The gloves, you're ordering a case of gloves, not a box of gloves. Yeah. Things are changing. The dynamic is changing. The shift in your mentality is changing. I think partial to do with this pod, the way we talk about these things. If you're going to buy a box of gloves, a small 100 box of gloves, but a case of gloves is going to take you up over free shipping.
Oh God, come on, you're going to use them. What sense? So what I was going to say there is, we'll get a message occasionally. So say, best will in the world, orders get delayed, orders get lost, whatever, it happens. So we'll get a customer, they'll message us and they'll say that they've had to turn away clients because our order didn't arrive in time for them. I'm going to sound really harsh like right now. Wouldn't be like me. That's on you.
Yep.
I'm really sorry, but that is on you. That is not on anybody else. You should ensure that you have the stock for your customers. I would never, ever, ever book a customer in for a treatment that I did not have the stock for.
Yeah, physically.
Never do it. What are you looking at?
Nothing. Looking into your heart.
Okay. Deliveries are never guaranteed. Ever. Yeah. Nothing is guaranteed. Even Royal Mail guaranteed next day delivery.
It's not guaranteed.
Right. I'll tell you a funny story. Why she did this, I do not know. I've not even asked her this, right? And she doesn't even listen to my podcast because she doesn't. She doesn't have any interest in what I'm up to. My mother sent me my birthday card. She clearly forgot about me, right? And realised, crap, it's the day before her birthday. I'm going to send her birthday card, special delivery guaranteed. Do you know how many weeks it took me to get that birthday card? Here's the best part. If she just sent it normal with a normal stamp, they'd have put it in our letterbox. But because with special delivery guaranteed, I had to physically be there to sign for it. And every time I tried to go to the post office, it hadn't been delivered to the post office. I tried to redirect it, blah, blah. It was a whole thing. It took me 3 weeks to get it.
Now, bear in mind, Rebecca and I are always in work. So realistically,
she should have sent it to work.
The best place to send it.
She sent it to the house. Yeah. Special delivery, guaranteed, next day. It took me 3 weeks to get it. So nothing is guaranteed. Least of all deliveries. So you should absolutely always have a backup. And if something doesn't arrive in time, that is on you. That is on you. Here's what I would do, right? Say the worst has happened, right? And nobody's perfect all the time and no system's perfect all the time. Let's say the worst has happened. You thought you had a spare top coat, or more often, more likely, you work in a business with other people and somebody has taken the last top coat and they've not told you that that was the last top coat. And you've gone to get more from your stock room and oh my goodness, you don't have any. You need to order some because you know within, say, like 4 days, it's going to be desperate times. You order it and it's not arrived the next day and you think it really should have. And then the next day it's still not arrived. Do you know what I'm doing? I'm ordering another order. Do you know why? It's top coat and I'm going to use it. If you're that desperate for the item right then and there, it's clearly something that you're using all the time and it's something that is imperative to the running of your business. So what's the harm in placing another order and hoping that one turns up in time?
Also, tracking is a big thing. You know, a lot of people just don't track. And then all of a sudden at the last minute, they're like, oh, that order should have came. It didn't. They go into the tracking. They've got fees to pay or...
Yeah. They weren't in, so it's, you know...
It's back at DPD or something like that.
My favourite thing is when people are like, I had to turn away clients because your order didn't arrive. I want compensation.
Okay, so basically what's happened here, you can probably tell by the...
We get these. We get them from time to time. And do you know what? They're never customers who are regular customers who are always using our products and regularly ordering from us, which makes it even weirder. It's like, but you're that desperate for a product that you don't really use?
Yeah.
I'm confused.
Do you know what it is, honey? I think a lot of people just lie and they just say the words that they think is going to make the biggest impact. The problem is...
That is no doubt in my mind that that's true.
The problem is we hear the same impact all the time, you know?
Yeah. So to us, it's like, no, you didn't.
You're lying.
It's like, right, you know, when you are a service provider, whether you're a nail tech, a lash tech, brow tech, whatever it is, how many times have you heard that somebody's got a flat tire?
Oh, classic. Well
and
done.
How many times in your life have you had a flat tire?
Yep.
How likely is it, do you think, that they have a flat tire?
I'll tell you something though. There's new people moved in across the street from us, and there's a little guy who comes in and parks his red Mercedes across there. Yeah. And he parks it first thing in the morning, 8 a.m. I see him on the cameras. And he jumps in the van and they go off and they fit carpets. And he comes back and I see him jumping out the van at 4 p.m. Do you know he has to pump up his tyre every single day?
Are you joking?
He's got obviously a slow puncture, right?
There's a tyre place right there.
There's a tyre place at the bottom of the
150
street.
metres away.
But not only that, they've been there for over a month. So it's cycled a payday. And he would rather just, like, and I'm honest with you, on Friday there, it was chucking it down, like so bad. There was nowhere for him to get shelter because the warehouse was all closed up. He had no choice but to like fanny about to get his tyre blown up. He must have been drenched by the time he got in.
Oh, the rain has been really bad.
Yeah, but like you're saying,
poor guy.
How many times have you had a flat tyre in your life?
Think
Probably
about it.
Not a lot, but how many times have you heard a client
How
say,
many times have you heard it?
yeah.
Many, many times.
And that's just like a nail order when we hear I was desperate for a client. I had to turn clients
I
away.
had to turn clients away. I want compensation. Like, okay, that doesn't happen, but it doesn't happen often, but it happens often enough for you to go, okay.
Really off topic for Milestones here.
Yeah, how did we get there?
Because you were going off on a tangent.
I'm really sorry, guys.
Anyway, come back to people picking and packing, and I was saying that a lot of people are picking. They're wise to their orders now, and it makes me so proud. Right now, there's a lot of stuff on the no outlet section as well. I'm not going to talk about nail order, but a lot of people are not just buying one or two of these.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Builder gels are buying like 5, 10, and I'm like, wow, that's savage.
Absolutely, that's definitely what I would do. If I was a salon, for sure. If it was a colour that I used, or if it was a base that I could use, because most of my clients get a gel polish on top and they don't really care about the base colour, just whack any of them.
Is it Spirit is going out, and that's a white builder gel.
It's milky white.
Milky white.
Yep.
Tons of them. Get out. Virtue.
Makes sense.
It's Paradise, Heavenly, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Tons of them are just going out. Minerva. Holy smokes.
Minerva is not in the outlet.
Is it not?
No, it's just a really popular colour.
Well, there you go. News. Okay.
So yeah, milestones, guys. Make sure you celebrate them. Make sure you're always pushing towards new ones.
So one thing that we did this year is we celebrated 5 years of nail order. We celebrated the birthday, which we've never ever done before.
Never thought to do it, and it was a very last minute decision. I would say.
I remember saying to you guys, God, I can't believe it's going to be 5 years this year. Maybe we should do something. And because we've been bigger on TikTok this year, I think we kind of collaborated and we're like, maybe we should do something big on TikTok. Maybe we should do an all day live.
Well,
we did.
Also, our app was a big milestone for us, and that happened at the same time.
That's very true, honey.
Yeah.
That was a big milestone for us. That was actually supposed to be out the week before Easter sale.
Was it?
Yeah.
But I'm glad that we've got so many more good features and stuff on it now.
Yeah. Actually, there's an app update to be published now. By the time you guys listen to it, it'll be out.
So with the calendar.
The calendar, yeah.
So if you want to be kept up to date with what is happening, and we are going to work on the calendar to be able to... In fact, talking of ordering, do you want to tell them what our plan is with that? Or you don't want to give that away?
I don't know.
It's not. We want to be able to have it so that they can be like, you should order a top coat now.
Oh, yeah, okay. So we'll do it. So right now we have just released a new update to the app that has a calendar. The calendar is going to be populated with important dates so that you guys can remember specific things, like when our next launch is, when our next sale is and stuff like that.
Next event, like anything nail order, like where we've got an event of some variety, something happening, we're going to put it in there.
What we're going to develop eventually, there's other stuff that has to take place first before we do that, is we're going to be able to populate it in a way, it's kind of like your subscription services. So right now, a lot of you guys have subscriptions for certain things, builder gels, top coat, stuff like that. Files is a big one. A lot of people have subscriptions for that. But what we would like to do is allow you to populate it with certain things. So, for instance, top coat, say for instance you order 2 top coats every single month. What you're going to get is you're going to be able to set a specific date to remind you, you'll get a pop-up notification to say, today's when you should be ordering top coat. And it just allows you guys to have more flexibility over subscriptions rather than not actually have a subscription, but you can go in at that point in time and add all those things to your basket. So that's a feature that's going to be coming out probably around Black Friday.
Got so many features on that app. It's great.
The app is unreal.
It is the best app in the nail industry.
100%.
In my opinion. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, it's got work to have on it, but in terms of what it can offer you.
And I'll be honest with you guys, Milestone, right now, more of you guys place your order on the app than you do on the website.
And we're working towards a milestone with app downloads.
Of course. Always working to, yeah.
So fingers crossed for that. We're
also working on milestones for the whole website. By the end of the year, is all going to migrate over to a new system. It's all going to be, you guys won't notice much difference other than it's going to look and feel much better to use.
Hopefully.
You know? Any other milestones we've got going on?
Well, not ones we've got going on, but every time we got a new warehouse, that was a milestone.
Oh, God. We've actually done loads of them.
We've done loads.
The pink forklift, let's be honest. Come on, that was a milestone. But even aside from the pink forklift, actually getting the first forklift, that was like monumental. I remember. £2,000.
Because we didn't really need it. We didn't.
Honey.
We didn't.
Oh,
there was a long time where the forklift could easily go days without being used.
Yeah, absolutely.
But now it barely goes hours without being used.
Yeah, and again, everything you've done has got you to here. The baby forklift, the old one, the battery didn't last very long, but that was fine because we didn't really use it. I used to charge it all the time.
I got my forklift license.
Rebecca got a forklift license, a monumental thing.
Wow. I've not seen it. You've not printed it out.
Correct.
Where are they?
In my inbox.
Excellent. Good. Fantastic.
Yeah. The black van, that was probably one of the biggest milestones. That's a beautiful van. You're a bang of a car as well.
Moving the academy here is a little bit of a milestone because it's nice to have everything under one roof.
Yeah, just everything here is pretty big. I mean, like you walk into the park now and it's like all nail order.
It's all nail order, on one whole side. So that's pretty cool.
Pretty big, yeah.
And then maybe in like another 5 years, we'll move into a much bigger facility.
Complex facility.
Yeah. But it's also important not to be wasteful and only use what we need.
100%. We are actually getting better with using the smaller space that we have because it's more beneficial for us to spend money on developing new products rather than a warehouse that we don't need.
So we've got 3 warehouses now.
Yeah.
And I think we'll be all right for a while once we get our furniture out of here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we're trying to organise one of the warehouses right now to give us more space. So.
Yeah. Okay, and before we go and wrap this show up, I would like to put something out into the ether. A milestone for us is going to be next year. I was going to say a specific date, but I think with everything that has gone on recently, it would be prudent of me to hold that date back, but we might extrapolate it depending upon what happens in the next couple of months. Something, we talk about this all the time, something monumental is going to happen.
It is coming. It's just, yeah.
There is things that we cannot control in life. I've got to the stage where, like Elsa, just let it go. I'm
doing that as well. Like I feel like this is so unlike me not to be like really frustrated about what's going on with that, but I'm just like, what's the point? What's the point of being stressed? I can't do anything about it. You've got to let this time pass.
Yeah.
And then we will start working again in a couple of weeks, maybe.
Maybe. April Fool's Day would be good though.
April Fool's Day would be excellent.
Because people will think we are taking a mic.
They would. But I don't know if it's possible.
It'll be what it be.
They will.
And we've got things going on.
Other exciting things which we actually need to get on with for next year as well. Laura and I sent away samples for autumn and winter next year.
Wow.
I know. So that's crazy. Yeah. That if those samples come back and we're happy with them, that means we have all of the core collections done for next year. Specialist ones we'll need to sprinkle in. But that means they're all done for next year, and that just gives us time to work on other things.
Yeah. I think next year is going to be big. I think there's going to be a lot of change with staff. Not necessarily changing staff, but a lot of roles are going to switch around and stuff.
And like adding people and stuff like that, hopefully.
I think there's going to be a lot of stuff going on, which I'm excited about because I do like it when there's a lot of movement and change, you know?
Yeah.
I feel sometimes when everyone's very comfortable, it's very stagnant.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I think when you take elements or switch elements around, all of a sudden things become fresh again.
Well, I know between like IT, marketing, design, there's a lot of ambition to move around. So, I think
There's
it's
lots
good,
of,
exciting.
people are starting to fill out roles that they were never hired for originally. I'll give her a mention, Gemma. She's migrating
Gemma's doing
over
great.
to IT a little bit.
So we're probably going to need some warehouse workers.
Yeah, maybe. That scanning system says we don't need
It's just going to be Chris in the warehouse
me
scanning.
in the scanning system. Do you know the other day, right? It was it Monday? Monday with the big launch of the Leading Ladies, which Lauren touched on. And Monday I was in, and I came in such a good mood, and I was like bouncing on just Red Bull, and I picked, I think it was 100, was it what I said, 179 orders or something?
What you did on your own?
Yeah, picking 179 orders, and you guys are like, oh, that's fine, Chris can do that. But these orders are big because we've got lots of gel polishes,
There's a lot of SRS right now happening as well.
Yeah, so they're taking a long time. But I was averaging 47 orders picked per hour. That's just like over a minute.
Just over a minute. And if they have like 40 odd items in them.
It's wild.
That new scanning system, when I was doing, because I jumped on just for a little bit to help on Monday afternoon. We're usually okay, but I don't know what, it's because the orders were big on Monday. I felt like I kept picking up orders that had like 40 plus items in it, like SRS ones. But you were like that, bam, 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 bam.
Yeah.
So good.
Rebecca just scans them. She doesn't actually pick
I
the
don't
products
actually
up.
give you the items. I just scan them all.
Yeah. But I actually did that the other day. I went over and it was at the top coat, base coat bit. And I'd seen previously, because of the alphabetical order, so base coat was up there, top coat was down there on the picking list. And I knew I had to get to it. So I just ran over and I was like, do.
And then ran away.
And I was like, oh, crap. I need to actually get the things. Yeah. So next year I think it's going to be huge, and we're going to be talking about milestones for sure.
Yeah. I feel, we've already set
Ambitious targets.
most of our targets for next year.
Oh yeah, we did actually. We sat with that. All right.
So next year, our financial target as a company is a number that I thought I never thought we would get to, and a number that I said, I can remember, like
2 years ago.
Yeah, if we could ever get to that, I would be happy. I would be happy just being at that. Like if we could, that was the number I had in my head for us to get to as a business and just stay there.
And do you think we'll get to that number?
Oh yeah.
And do you think we'll be happy at that number?
Double that number.
Oh, for sure.
Not for next year, obviously, but like for the future, that'll be the next milestone.
Yeah.
That'll be 2028.
Double that for 2028? Yeah, that's it.
No.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Not possible. Not possible.
Absolutely.
And this is the thing. I'll go, not possible. And then we make it work.
We make it work. We move. So, yeah.
We'll definitely need to be in a bigger warehouse.
Yeah. And the thing is, look, you can probably see the excitement that we have when we're talking about that. Now, you guys don't know what the numbers are. You could probably imagine we're probably miles away off and everything else, but it's the excitement, that's the fizz that gets us going.
That's what gets us.
And if I'm honest with you, I don't care about the actual physical money.
This is something that Chris and I have been talking about a lot recently, and there's two different types of people in this world. There's people who are motivated by money, and there's people who are motivated by success. Now, being motivated by success can, what's the word I'm looking for? It can look like, I can't remember the word. It can look like.
Can
mimic being motivated by money, but it is not the same thing. Here is the difference. If you are motivated by success, you will probably be in work 7 days a week and not have any time or desire to spend the money.
Yeah.
That is the difference.
That is.
So yeah, for me individually, I can say that I have never, ever, ever been motivated by money. It is the personal success, or, reaching all those targets, those milestones, those things I didn't think were possible, but I wanted to happen. I don't believe in manifesting. I feel like you can spend too long manifesting and not enough time actually putting the work in. It's a hope. It's a target.
Yeah. The thing is, see if you're working really hard, it doesn't feel like work. So you can daydream, and that's when you have time to manifest.
I guess.
Does that make sense? Sometimes I'm scooting about in the forklift and I'm thinking to myself, God, I'm the luckiest guy in the world.
Like I think too often people think the word manifesting is like sitting and dreaming about it. I'm manifesting it. I'm just imagining it happening, and then it's just going to happen. Yeah. That's not really what it's about. It's about thinking about how you're going to make it happen and then putting those plans into action.
It's having that big, hairy, audacious goal, and then breaking it down. Like, for instance, a number one is always a good one. Like, if you want to make X amount per year, how much do you have to make per day?
Yeah, always break it down like that. Break down every single big target you've got, break it down into bite-sized pieces.
Yeah. And that could be per month, per quarter, or recently what we've been doing is per day, you know? And if you can break it down and you can hit that target per day, the big goal goes away because you hit the target, you know?
Very true.
So yeah, always be reaching for something else.
Always, never be content.
God, this is now philosophical.
I don't know what it means to be content.
Oh, I tell you.
I don't know what it means.
She does.
Do I?
You do. Anyway, let's get you home and get you content, honey. What are we doing for the rest of the day?
I don't know. I feel like every weekend we've been sorting out Unit 6, but
no, man, done.
It's not done.
No, you're right, but I'm done.
Like it's not done.
I want tacos, beer, stick my feet up.
I need to pack up some stuff.
Okay, so we'll go home and we'll do housey stuff for the next few
Excellent.
hours. And meal prep for the rest of the week. Healthy.
Do you remember, guys?
Shut up. Let's get it out.
Are you not embarrassed every time you listen to yourself?
Let's get it out. I kept saying I was going to be super healthy and I've not been. But do you know what it is? It's lack of time. But we're 2 weeks away from the event and I need to drop £10 to fit into my dress.
Okay, great. As always, guys, if you enjoyed that, please give us a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe. Be sure to share this on your socials to win with a chance of winning a £50 voucher.
Tune in alone Sunday, all the tea getting spilled. Nail text, talking game, keeping it real, y'all gon' feel. From designs to the drama, every secret they reveal. Stay sharp, stay tuned, man, you know it's the deal.